So I have 3 rules for after the networking event, and they're very, very important rules of what you need to do to create business when you're at this networking event. The first rule is follow up. You only have 48 hours before you'll become a distant memory to these people, and slowly but surely all of the people will become very integrated and intermixed. So follow up within 48 hours, and this is where that little note comes in handy. You can remind them what you were discussing while you were chatting with them. It may have been about music. Mention the band that you were talking about. The second rule is follow up. Even if the person seemingly cannot be a client for you or seemingly cannot be any help at all in your business, try to establish a relationship with that person. There's an old adage out there about the 6 degrees of separation. Well, because of the internet, and more importantly because of social networking, that degree of separation has actually been truncated to about 3 or 4 degrees of separation, and it gets smaller every single day. If there is somebody that you want to meet, I guarantee that within 4 people, that person can be found. You just have to meet the first person. So never, ever think that a person cannot be helpful, because you never know when they're going to need your services or you're going to need theirs. And the third rule, follow up. Is this getting to be clear, I hope? It's very important that you follow up. In fact, why don't you set an appointment with them to meet them for breakfast, for lunch, for a cup of coffee? I always suggest breakfast or a cup of coffee for a very simple reason. The first reason is, in the morning, most people would like to get to the office as fast as possible. So there's really not that lingering over lunch that occurs, where you get the 1.5 hour, 2 hour lunch. Most people will actually get done with breakfast hour at the most. And then the other reason for breakfast is it's inexpensive. And if you start doing this on a regular basis, which I suggest you do, to start building those relationships from when you actually meet them in the networking event to actually creating a firm relationship with them, when you're taking them to breakfast, it gets expensive after a while. So how much does a diner breakfast cost? Try using that. It's a good way. If you want to take them to lunch, take them to lunch. You want to take them for dinner? I actually go play pool with some of my prospects, because I find out that they play pool and it's one of my hobbies. So you can certainly do that. If you want to play golf with them, play golf with them. These are nice ways to continue to do the follow-ups. And remember, when you're doing the follow-ups, all of the ethical rules we've already discussed apply to them as well.